Hello there and welcome to the latest episode of this FIFA 16 Burnley career mode, and now with the season coming into its final straight now, we're coming into the last 12 games now. This is our latest away game. We're going to Upton Park for the next game, and that will be something fantastic there to see. Upton Park is like the cathedral of football. And it's actually the final match in the month, with obviously the League Cup final being played next weekend. So we've got, this is the final league game of February, and our next match is at home to Manchester United. So the big games are coming up thick and fast. Away at Newcastle, home to Middlesbrough, home to Swansea. And 2 international breaks, but we've also got a 6-round FA Cup tie to fit in as well. The replays, in fact, for that take place on the 1st, and then when we know whoever all the teams that have gone through, we'll give you the draw as well. We might actually give you the draw at the end of this program, end of this particular episode. So watch this space. But let's get over to Upton Park, where we continue our bid for Premier League glory. Remember now, we're 9 points ahead, 11 points ahead of Manchester City going into this game. We've played 26 games, remember. There are 12 games to play. This is the first of the final 12. We're away at West Ham. Let's get over to Upton Park, where I'm ready and waiting to bring you all the action that matters. But West Ham against Burnley. Good afternoon and welcome to a very, very wet Upton Park, where Burnley's latest away trip takes them to East London. Remember, 11 points ahead of Manchester City, but West Ham, of course, involved in matters at the wrong end of the table, looking to get out of that relegation zone. A win for them would really give their relegation survival chances a big, big shot in the arm. Burnley have the best away record going. Have lost 1 in 13, won 11 and drawn 1. Southampton, believe it or not, are second place in the best away record level. This is the West Ham side for Kamir in goal, Joey O'Brien, Davis, Reed, Creswell, Chiati, Noble, Alfafano, Grealish, De Palma, Claret, Payet, and playing up front, Anna Valencia. And the Burnley lineup, as you can gather, is unchanged, with Heaton, Flanagan, Dyer, Dan, Redmond, Aliovic, Hughes, Bentelev, and the 2 up top, Ings and Gale. 4-4-2 for the Clarets, and there's Jack Grealish making his first appearance against his old side. Joined the West Ham in the January window. The referee today from the Wirral, Mike Dean. It's going to be West Ham in the claret and blue to get us underway. Burnley in the change shirts, as you can see there, of yellow with claret shorts. And Forever Blowing Bubbles is being sung there, the West Ham theme tune. One of the great theatres of football, this Upton Park. It's always a joy to come here. John Flanagan goes on an early run and deflects off Winston Reid, and we're going to have the first corner of the contest. Good purposeful run there by Flanagan. When this place jumps, it really does jump Upton Park. It's a very, very good ground, traditional ground as well. Jordan 9 with it. Gale's up there again. Jack Grealish. Points approved against John Stutzy and his former colleagues. That's a good tackle by Hughes, very committed. Real problem really for Slaven Bilic's side. It took them a long while to win even a game in the Premier League, which is quite unbelievable really, considering the quality of Scotland. Oh no, goal by Ivan! Burnley's own goal, troubles continue. Payet playing the ball in, and what Jordan Ibe was thinking of, I do not know. Poor Tom Heaton had it, and then Ibe just got in his way. That's poor. Stupid thing for Jordan Ibe to do. And it gives the Clarets away from home a real mountain to climb, and just what it means to the Hammers fans. So desperate to see their side climb out of the bottom three. Well, they've got the lead rather fortuitously, but Jordan Ibe, what was he doing? That was a calamitous own goal of the highest calibre, and Burnley now looking really comfortable at the start now. Have to get themselves back in there. Vermeer with a punch there which could have gone anyway. Payet, who created that confusion. Heaton did have it, and then just I got in his way, and the Clarets here in big trouble because Grealish is tormenting them down that far side. And there's two waiting in the middle. Payet's one, and Payet should have scored. Oh, what a chance and a half. And Jordan Ibe, well, this will haunt him forever. What was he doing? John Stutzy there on the bench, really tearing his hair out in frustration. And the Burnley fans sat in the Sir Trevor Brooking stand away to my left. Well, they've got their heads in their hands because they thought this was going to be a very, very easy ride today. But West Ham are battling for their lives as Hughes shoots and it goes wide at the far post. And picked it by, and they've got a deflection actually here. It did, off Davis, I think. That's the high tens from Joey O'Brien, his colleague. Now can he make up with a decent corner? Good header, but well saved. Well, one's got to feel sympathy for Tom Heaton. He didn't deserve that. Jordan Ibe really let him down. Dwight Gale. Into the Sir Trevor Brooking stand it goes for a goal kick. At the dip, had the ambition, but the accuracy and the dip just wasn't there. It went sailing into the Sir Trevor Brooking stand. Payet. That's a better challenge from Ibe, but it's straight to Chiatti now. Alabatano, that's a good cross by him. Hughes is there. Flanagan, Burnley just getting themselves into trouble. Here's Hughes. Going up towards half an hour of the game gone. Here's Aaron Creswell. Grealish. Elementary own goals that Burnley have been putting through this season is quite unacceptable, really. Ibe. Hughes. It's a good run by Redmond. Two wait in the centre. Oh, and Ings should have equalised. Best move Burnley have fashioned in the match. Lovely ball from Redmond. Ings ghosted in onside. He got ahead of Vermeer, the goalkeeper. He got a good contact on the header, but headed wide. Well, Malotalo trades that in there, and here's a chance for O'Brien. Decent. Oh, Eric Dyer there, almost in a bit of trouble there. Well, Burnley have been under the cushion a bit in defence. Now Payet to take the corner. Plenty forward. And a header one, and it's knocked away for another corner. Well, Burnley, who have lost once on their troubles, that was against Cardiff 2-0 earlier on in the season. Well, they could be on the verge of losing their second game, which would open the door just slightly for the likes of Manchester City. Oh, and Heaton getting away with one. Really is sloppy play at the back from Burnley here. Now the captain's having a troubled time at the moment. And now Payet now with another corner. On Grealish was 3. Hughes, Dyer bats it away. Reed. Last minute of the first half. West Ham 1 up. Jordan Ibe own goal. It was a silly own goal. Jack Grealish. So far having the last laugh against the club who let him go. Grealish's cross deflected, and Heaton able to gather and just 2 feet up the field. Davis. O'Brien. Half time. And it's West Ham who lead thanks to a silly own goal from Jordan Ibe. A very comical own goal when Tom Heaton certainly had it in his grasp, and Ibe took it away from him and punched the clean sheet. West Ham 1. Welcome back to Upton Park. Double substitution from Burnley. Bentelev and Dwight Gale have been sacrificed. And comes Balassi and Big Sam Vokes, who had a bit of height in that centre forward position. So the Things combination reunited for the second half. Burnley trail to that Jordan Ibe on goal in the 10th minute. And away we go again. Here's Redmond. A £7 million man from Norwich gets a good early crossing. Oh, and Vokes and Ings were almost in there for the equaliser. It was Ings who got the header in. In fact, it's deflected and it's a corner to Burnley. Here's the goal scorer for West Ham. Redmond hit it into the ground. Creswell had a struggle getting out of the way. Alialovic hit the defender Alfalitano, and it's a corner. Good block by Alfalitano. Oh, well, that could have easily been a penalty. Hand was coming towards ball. Referee didn't spot it. Maybe he should have done. Right there, my folks. And the substitute gets Burnley out of jail. The Clarets are level, but a good positive start to the second half, and Jordan Ibe makes up for that own goal he scored in the first half. A beauty of a corner and a beauty of a header for Sam Vokes. The leaders are level, and it's only his second goal of the season, but to be honest with you, he hasn't had much of a chance really since he's been there, because of the form of Gale and Danny Ings himself. But what a substitution. Now Davis. O'Brien, 1-1 to score. Payet. That's good running. Payet! And Burnley will be relieved. It's a goal kick. Another chance to see that equaliser once again. Wonderful corner by Jordan Ibe. That's the good side of his game. And that was a perfect header. Full marks to Sam Vokes for getting good power on it. Here's Redmond. Oh, lovely play by the former Birmingham youngster. That was really well played. And Vokes again waiting in the centre. Oh, he got a volley all wrong. Caught it all wrong. Burnley don't have a match on Sunday, on February next week. Final weekend of February, but Liverpool certainly do, and they're West Ham's next opponents. And when you're fighting a relegation scrap, the last place you want to be going to is Jurgen Klopp's Anfield, so they'll be looking for the result themselves. Here's Grealish. Grealish's cross. Oh, and it's a cross. Oh, it's a scramble. Ibe again. And Heaton off the line. Payet! Burnley survive. Dicey moments in that Burnley defence again. There might be the meanest in the Premier League, but they haven't been exactly watertight. Not in recent weeks. Shipped in 3 the other week against Manchester City. Burnley's next match, you'll be able to see that with us, is a home match with Manchester United. Join us for that one at Turf Moor on the March the 2nd. Meanwhile, the shot coming in, and Vermeer can only parry, and Ings has scored! Well, it's not been vintage claret from the Clarets, but they're in front now. There's the shot. The goalkeeper didn't parry it properly. And Danny Ings, you give him half a chance, he buries them. And the Fiends combination gets Burnley out of jail. Goal number 22nd of the season in the league this season. And Burnley, when it looked to be all going against them, have come from behind and lead by 2 goals to 1. Well, now what are West Ham made of here? Joey O'Brien. Deep cross. Goalkeeper got a decisive fist, but only as far as Creswell. And I don't know what that ball was intended for, because it's really put West Ham on the back foot, and Reed has been caught out. But Ings can't keep it in play. Ball was too strong. Lanzini replaces Payet. Now that's something of a surprise, because Payet was making things happen in that West Ham midfield, and certainly from an attacking point of view. Reed. Noble, the captain. The tackle line by Aliamovic. Here's Redmond. Reed. Keeps it in the centre back. 20 yellow shirted Clarets back in that defence, but the ball back at Hughes. Oh, Valencia might nip in. Hits the side netting. Big chance for West Ham there, although it was more of a half chance really than a really big chance for Valencia. Oh, Biang replaces Albertano. As West Ham look to get back in the game. There's Eric Dyer. Alianovic. Oh, that's a nice ball. Boakes was blocked off illegally, said the referee. Boakes has spotted Hughes, but then he loses it to O'Brien. Now Valencia. Jordan Ibe across though. Here's Redmond. Oh, that's a wonderful ball for the substitute. Boakes, and he's tucked it in. 4 minutes to go. And Boakes has won it. And Burnley, who look to be having it very, very tough indeed for large periods of the game when West Ham were on top and leading in this. Well, they've been cut apart in the second half. Sam Vokes right in the bottom corner to absolute perfection. And the 3,000 Clarets in the Sir Trevor Brooking stand are absolutely cock-a-hoop. West Ham United 1, Burnley 3 now, and that settles it. O'Brien, tackled by Balassi. And you have to say the double substitution has worked to a certain extent. We haven't really seen too much of Balassi, but Sam Vokes there popping up with 2 goals, and it's dug Burnley out of a real hole. Whistle's gone. Free kick to Burnley. 40 minutes at the end of the game. Dyer. Oh, Bang is giving it here to Lanzini. Still Lanzini. Good ball. Davis. Goal kick. And maybe that's the last chance for West Ham anyway to score this afternoon. As for they're still doing a real shout of still staying, trying to survive and stay in the Premier League. The battle's not lost on just this game alone. It's over the 38 games, but there's still a long way to go in the relegation scrap. Final whistle, and Burnley are heading very quickly now towards the Premier League title. They've won a hard-fought victory at West Ham 3-1. Eric Dyer Jordan Iber put through his own goal after 10 minutes to put West Ham in front, but the second half performance, 2 for Sam Vokes, 1 for Danny Ings. It was a virtuoso attacking performance by the Things combination, reunited for the second half, and it absolutely worked. So Burnley, keep up the pace and put the pressure back on the Manchester clubs to try and challenge them even further. Full time at Upton Park, West Ham 1, Burnley 3. Good performance there for Burnley, and this is what happened in the fixtures. Of course, there were some games, still some games to be played, so let's just that's the piece of news. That's the just to do with it's to do with all the scouting nonsense and all that type of thing. But anyway, let's have a look at the fixtures. These games played over the weekend of 18th and 19th. Starting at the Cardiff City Stadium, Cardiff 1, Liverpool 3. Good result there for Klopp's men. Manchester City scraping past Norwich 2-1. United doing their end of the bargain, beating Spurs 3-1. Sunderland West Brom ended 1-1. Watford 1, Aston Villa 0. Great result there for Watford. Not having a bad season, are they? As you saw, West Ham 1, Burnley 3. West Ham still in trouble, but Burnley marching on now, trying to get a good gap on the Manchester clubs. The gap will still remain the same, 11 points now, with both Manchester clubs obliging with wins as well. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 1, Arsenal 0 rather in a big game, big London derby down there at Stamford Bridge. Newcastle 2, Stoke 0. Newcastle having a superb season. Entertaining, if you're looking for entertainment as well, Southampton was probably the place to be. St Mary's 2-2, Southampton and Everton was. And at the Liberty Stadium, Swansea City grab a point of 3 points, but that plunges Middlesbrough into trouble. And how does all that affect the league tables? It's as you were really in terms of 11 points clear now, Burnley from Manchester City. 12 points clear of Manchester United in third. Chelsea up to 4. Southampton, well, Chelsea have been 4 for quite some time. 10 points ahead of Southampton, who are in that Europa League spot. Swansea and then Newcastle, whose form's tailed off quite a bit actually. Spurs, Stoke, Watford. Watford having a super season. You think Watford will stay up now. Liverpool pulling away and Arsenal trying to pull away. And at the bottom, where Everton could still be dragged into things there. Norwich as well. Anybody from Sunderland down, I think, could be involved in a relegation scrap. West Ham should have, well, they had the victory in their size, but they didn't reckon on the Vings partnership ruining their chances of getting out of trouble. They're still third from bottom, but they are creeping into it now. Cardiff are looking dangerously over their shoulders. They stay out of the bottom 3 by virtue of the fact we beat West Ham, because Cardiff actually lost as well. West Brom, bottom, Middlesbrough in between. Not looking good at the moment for Karanka or Tony Pulis, who's never actually been relegated before as a manager, so that's always a worry when that particular thing happens. But really, that was you know, it really is amazing. It's amazing when things happen like that. Right, now we're going to have a look. We're going to just do, obviously there's going to be some news floating around from the both cups, because I'm sure everyone will want to know who actually won the Capital One competition. I think it's worth noting. In fact, it was Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough are in trouble at the wrong end of the Premier League. Well, they've won their second League Cup. They beat Manchester United, curiously, on my birthday. on John Stutzy's birthday as well. That would have been a nice way to celebrate the birthday in the cup final, but it wasn't to be. And the other news concerns the FA Cup. Now, the only replay that took place was on the 28th, of course, and that was won by Newcastle 1-0 over Bradford City. And the draw for the quarterfinals, and you won't believe this. I'll show you the first couple of draws first. Hull City against Manchester United. QPR take on Aston Villa, but this is the big one really. We've got to travel to Ewood Park for the quarterfinals, so it means we will not have had a single home draw in the FA Cup this season, because if we win that game we go to Wembley for a cup semi-final. The only way we could have a Turf Moor FA Cup game is if it ends a draw at Ewood Park. So Blackburn Rovers take on the Clarets. The East Lancashire Derby is back in the FA Cup quarterfinals. The other quarterfinal sees Manchester City take on Steve McLaren's Newcastle. So managerless Blackburn play Burnley. Amazing. It's amazing to think that a draw of that magnitude, it's almost unreal really, to be quite honest. So that is the crux of the matter. That game incidentally against Blackburn takes place on the 12th. Yeah, it takes place on the 12th, and I for one can't wait, because and not only that, we have a 2-game gap before the Middlesbrough game. That to me stinks as well. But there you go. We might put out a much changed team for the Middlesbrough match anyway. But that's it from this video, and I hope very much that you've enjoyed it. Good victory there for us against West Ham. Now we've got another big game coming up. We're at home to Manchester United on the 2nd of March. Be sure to join us for that. Until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.